Welcome to the show. This is Sir William Dearden coming to you with hopefully the first of a nice, long, prosperous series that we're going to call Apex Fallacy. Apex Fallacy, to which we are finding the truth. We are digging through what you know as truths to make sure they are as real as we think. Now, today I wanted to do quick, a brief commentary on the current U.S. American political system. Now, as I'm making this video, it is currently October 20th, 2020. Now, I say this because timestamping the year on which I'm talking about these events and timeline is very important. In this day and age, we have people like Donald Trump as our current president. We have running against him Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, as well as Mike Pence for Donald Trump's running mate. So Donald Trump, Mike Pence, Biden, Kamala Harris. And before that, we had a bunch of nominations and possibilities of the potential next future president of the American system and this here United States of America. Now, the viewpoints range from Andrew Yang to Bernie Sanders to a wide assortment of characters, even Cory Booker in the House as well. Now, what I strike as interesting is that amongst all the candidates that we did have, that was probably the most qualified, or at least the having the most potential. I find it was most likely Andrew Yang. I want to say Bernie Sanders, but when we're talking about the typical U.S. system, Bernie Sanders' idea of democratic socialism is a bit touchy. Now, many people's viewpoint on this is that there are numerous countries around the world that have various systems in place inside the democratic socialist state of which he wished to create, that it's supposed to take care of the people's health in a way to which they don't have to worry about it. It won't be no longer linked to your job, so you won't be guilted into maybe overworking. You might not be able to focus on your health as you should in the earlier system. But all of these little pieces I bring up because all of that contributes to our state now. Now, Andrew Yang had a very interesting concept of universal basic income, a freedom fund, a monthly stipend to every American citizen of working age. So it would mainly exclude those, I guess, below working age. So I guess at 16 or under, could be a little bit decrease the age depending on where you're at in the country, but 16 or under, as well as I think retirement age is 65 and plus, typically. So everyone in between those ages will be getting the Freedom Fund. And I just find it so interesting that the guy to which everyone said he was crazy, said it was impossible to give a monthly stipend to the American people from large corporations, their tax dollars reallocated, so it's not like it's in air. but will be coming from utilities, new age, modern utilities to which we're all currently using right now. The internet. On the internet, I'm coming to you through on YouTube. YouTube, to my knowledge, is an American company. An American company to which takes thousands, thousands of dollars. Heck, I probably many, many millions over these years, but take quite a large percentage from their content creators. And in my opinion, companies like YouTube, like Facebook, like Twitter, like Google, like Instagram, um, and all these other public utilities, Facebook might be amongst the biggest and largest of these. And I, at this point, definitely think Facebook should be giving back more than they are. Now, if you're tuning into this video, you're probably like, man, this man is 5 minutes into the video and I haven't heard too many truths about the American system, about politics. What is the apex fallacy in this speech? And I say, American politics, US politics, it's an illusion. It's watch this hand, and my other hand is free to do whatever whatever it's wanting to do in the unseen, in the not transparent, but in the almost large, I guess, difference in a sense that, how should I say? It's a lot of showmanship and not a lot of real action. It's a lot of promising you that I will give you a treat tomorrow, that I will treat you with the best of treats tomorrow, and never actually giving you the treat. American politics is a system to which we have a red cow, a blue cow, both going to the voting booths, unknowingly going to the same slaughterhouse. This is a U.S. American political system. Now, there are people in the system that do make a genuine effort to be good people, to be good to their community, family, and country. But like all things, like all people, a favorite quote of mine, not mine per se, but that I enjoy: absolute power corrupts absolutely. I think that was Batman who said that. But despite that being a fictitious quote, another Batman quote, which is similarly applicable to the US system, is that you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Now, over the years, I'd say going back as far as from the death of what was his name? I want to say Andrew Johnson, but it wasn't Andrew Johnson. I don't think it was Andrew Johnson. Andrew Jackson, I believe, is the person I'm thinking about. Since the day and time of Andrew Jackson, I think he was the president during the, I guess, 1830s, 1840s. Mainly known for the liberation of the American people in regard to rewarding his political supporters with government jobs, rewarding the country with an economic and industrial boom, a gold rush of sorts. Now, I'm just doing a little bit of a Google over here real quick just to double check to what I'm saying is on the money. I think it is. But since that time, the American system, from a political, economical standpoint, went up, skyrocketed. I believe during and right after his presidency. And then from that point on, a slow decline, to which puts us in the socio-economic state to which we are in now. Now, when it comes to the political system here in America, you must realize that the majority of our politicians, the majority of our people in charge, they all have an interest in something. And they are all looking to better their interests. And what do I mean by that? I mean that in a sense that they might owe debt to somebody, they might have taken money from somebody, they might have taken gifts, trips, dinners, medical care, flights, vacations, stocks, bonds. They might have taken all of these and more from certain individuals, certain companies, to secure that individual, that company's favor in the upcoming debacle, the upcoming debate, the endless debate of sorts, a debate that is ever ongoing, is ever bogged down with trivialness, is bogged down by certain areas being bloated, is bogged down by people being too old, people being in office longer than they should. Our political system, our society is held back by the people who are in charge, who can barely understand what the internet is, who can barely understand how to even use the internet, and how important this technological marvel that we have amongst us. Now, I appreciate you listening today. I appreciate you tuning in to this live cast. It won't be long here. It won't be too tiresome even. But this cast hopefully should have opened your eyes a little bit more for all of those who is skeptical and ordeals of the US government. I highly recommend that you look up the origin and creation and even dealings of the Federal Reserve. in current day, the Federal Reserve being the private organization, the private company that controls all, all, capital ALL, all of the American people's money. They have the ability to print money. They have the ability to weigh money, to weigh the worth of money. I mean that by they can literally, which they have done to back the funding of many of the stimulus checks, of which we only had one round. One round, $1,200, one round in 265 plus days. They can print a coin, mint a coin, and say, hey, this coin, we say it's worth $1 trillion. Matter of fact, let's print two. One for the money that you use in the pool of fish in society, and the other amongst the government, amongst the banks, amongst the military and private interests, judges, and more, who are once again indebted to in service of special individuals. May this be the president, may this be past presidents, future presidents, who may have done this, may have not have done this. This includes senators, the House of Representatives. I may as well just say all of Congress, but it's a shame. It's a shame that we do not, and rarely ever, get the full truth about politics. Now, this is maybe a part one of a political anthology taking place within this multi-episode series, Apex Fallacy, to which we go over the truths we think we know. We think the U.S. government, the U.S. political system, is currently on the side of the people. I'd argue that the U.S. political system is on no one's side but itself, but its own. So, true Americans, true patriots, I ask you, I implore you to help your community, educate yourself and your community, your family, your people, so that we will stop repeating the many mistakes of the past, so that we may go into a future together in harmony and in peace. This has been Sir William Dearden, Apex Fallacy, coming to you with the truth, the whole truth, and only the truth. Until next time, my friends, I'm out.